Your being here must mean the universe has guided you. And what I'll now teach you about inner and outer evil and what they both mean and represent will change your life, but only depending on what you choose to do with this wisdom. Stay till the end of the video. What if I told you that the concept of evil is not as black and white as it seems? There are two distinct types of evil, and one of them is essential for our spiritual growth and evolution. Today, we will dive deep into the 36,000-year-old wisdom of Tehuti, the legendary Atlantean sage who shaped ancient Egypt, then later became known as Thoth to the Greeks and Hermes Trismegistus to the Romans and European alchemists. In the emerald tablets of Tehuti, two types of evil have distinct roles in our soul's journey. We will explore the enigmatic brothers of darkness, the interdimensional entities that seek to enslave the soul and bind it to darkness, and contrast them with the transformative power of the Lord of Three, who governs life, death, and the purification of the soul. In the Emerald Tablets, Tehuti speaks of a mysterious group known as the Brothers of Darkness, describing them as masters of darkness who seek to fill all with their darkness and draw others into their night. These enigmatic entities are portrayed as fierce antagonists to the children of men, constantly working to tighten the fetters and chains that bind the soul to the darkness of night. As Tehuti warns, banded together in a Zorda, brothers of darkness, they through the ages, antagonists they to the children of men. Walked they always secret and hidden, found yet not found by the children of men. Forever they walked and worked in darkness, hiding from the light in the darkness of night. Silently, secretly used their power, enslaving and binding the souls of men. It is crucial to understand that the brothers of darkness are not merely metaphorical representations of our inner shadows, but rather interdimensional entities that exist separately from the challenges presented by the Lord of Three. These beings actively seek to influence humanity, drawing the soul into the depths of negativity and harnessing the power of negative energy and magic. Tehuti describes their influence. Unseen they come, and unseen they go. Man in his ignorance calls them from below. Dark is the way the dark brothers travel. Dark with a darkness not of the night. Traveling o'er earth they walk through man's dreams. Power have they gained from the darkness around them to call other dwellers out of their plane in ways that are dark and unseen by man. Into man's mind space reach the dark brothers. Around it, they close the veil of their night. The brothers of darkness aim to keep the soul trapped in a state of ignorance and fear, feeding off the negative energies generated when one succumbs to lower impulses and desires. They seek to prevent the soul from realizing its true potential and ascending to higher states of consciousness, as this would threaten their power and control over the material realm. It is important to note that when we speak of magic in this context, we are not condemning all forms of magic as inherently evil. Magic itself is a neutral force, a tool that can be used for either positive or negative purposes. The brothers of darkness, however, seek to manipulate the soul into using magic for selfish and destructive ends, tapping into the power of negative emotions such as fear, anger, and greed. Tehuti warns us not to surrender our souls to these forces, urging us to keep our faces ever turned towards the light. He reminds us that our sorrows come through the veil of the night and that we must strive ever upward, turning our souls toward the light, as he advises. Hark ye, O man, and list to my warning. Be ye free from the bondage of night. Surrender not your soul to the brothers of darkness. Keep thy face ever turned toward the light. By cultivating mindfulness, self-awareness, and a strong connection to our higher selves, we can learn to recognize the influence of the brothers of darkness and choose to align ourselves with the path of wisdom, compassion, and truth. This is the path of the spiritual warrior, the one who bravely faces the shadows within and without and emerges victorious in the light of truth. If you're going to keep your eyes fixed toward the light, give us a like and subscribe. We'll help keep your heart fixed on wisdom and light. In contrast to the brothers of darkness, Tehuti also speaks of another powerful entity known as the Lord of Three, who plays a crucial role in the soul's journey through the cycles of life and death. This enigmatic figure is described as one who governs the mortal realm, testing and purifying the souls of men through the challenges and trials of existence. It is essential to understand that the challenges presented by the Lord of Three are fundamentally different from the influence of the Brothers of Darkness. While the Brothers of Darkness seek to draw the soul into negativity and keep it trapped in a state of ignorance, the Lord of Three presents opportunities for growth and transformation, helping to purify the soul and facilitate its ascension to higher levels of consciousness. In a profound passage from the Emerald Tablets, Tehuti recounts his encounter with the Lord of Three in the Hall of Amenti, the hidden realm of the afterlife. Before me arose a great throne of darkness. Veiled on it, seated a figure of night. Darker than darkness sat the great figure, dark with a darkness not of the night. Before it then paused the Master, speaking the word that brings about life, saying, O Master of darkness, guide of the way from life unto life, before thee I bring a son of the morning. Touch him not ever with the power of night. Call not his flame to the darkness of night. Know him and see him, one of our brothers, lifted from darkness into the light. Release thou his flame from its bondage, free let it flame through the darkness of night. As Tehuti approaches this figure, the Master who guides him speaks the word that brings about life, commanding the Lord of Three to release the flame of the soul from its bondage and allow it to flame through the darkness of night. In response, the Lord of Three raises his hand, and a flame comes forth, growing clear and bright. The curtain of darkness is rolled back, unveiling the hall from the darkness of night, and countless flames leap before Tehuti, some flaming forth as flowers of fire, others shedding a dim radiance. The Lord of Three then speaks, revealing the true nature of these flames. These are lights that are souls among men, growing and fading, existing forever, changing yet living, through death into life. When they have bloomed into flower, reached the zenith of growth in their life, swiftly then send I my veil of darkness, shrouding and changing to new forms of life. Steadily upward throughout the ages, growing, expanding into yet greater flame, lighting the darkness with yet greater power, quenched yet unquenched by the veil of the night. So grows the soul of man ever upward, quenched yet unquenched by the darkness of night. This powerful passage reveals the essential role that the Lord of Three plays in the soul's evolution. By sending forth the veil of darkness, the Lord of Three challenges the soul, testing its strength and resilience. This darkness is not a punishment, but rather a catalyst for growth, an opportunity for the soul to expand and evolve. Just as a muscle grows stronger through resistance, so too does the soul grow stronger through the challenges and trials of life. Each time the soul faces the darkness and emerges victorious, it gains greater power and wisdom, becoming a brighter flame in the darkness of night. This is the true nature of the evil that the Lord of Three represents, not a malevolent force seeking to harm us, but a necessary obstacle on the path of spiritual evolution. By confronting and overcoming this darkness, we purify and strengthen our souls, preparing ourselves for the ultimate goal of union with the divine. Tehuti reminds us that death is not an end, but merely a transition, a gateway to new forms of life. The soul is eternal, existing forever in the all, and the darkness of night is but a fleeting shadow, quickly conquered by the infinite light. As the Lord of Three declares, "I death come, and yet I remain not, for life eternal exists in the all, only an obstacle, I in the pathway, quick to be conquered by the infinite light. Awaken, O flame that burns ever inward, flame forth and conquer the veil of the night." As we navigate the challenges and trials of our own lives, we can take comfort in this ancient wisdom, knowing that each difficulty we face is an opportunity for growth and transformation. By embracing the darkness and using it as a catalyst for our evolution, we can follow in the footsteps of the great masters who have gone before us, ascending ever higher on the path of light. Comment below if you'll now start reading the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. As we deepen our understanding of the two faces of evil and their roles in our spiritual evolution, it is important to remember that we are not passive observers in this process. We have the power to actively participate in our growth and transformation, aligning ourselves with the light of wisdom and truth. One of the most powerful tools we have for this purpose is the practice of discernment. By cultivating a keen awareness of the energies and influences around us, we can learn to distinguish between the forces that seek to uplift us and those that aim to drag us down. When faced with a challenge or opportunity, take a moment to pause and tune into your inner guidance. Ask yourself, does this situation feel expansive and empowering, or does it feel constricting and draining? Trust your intuition and pay attention to the subtle sensations in your body, as these can often provide valuable insights into the true nature of the forces at play. Another powerful tool for aligning with the light is the practice of setting clear intentions. Before engaging in any activity or interaction, take a moment to clarify your purpose and desired outcome. Silently affirm to yourself, "I intend to approach this situation with love, wisdom, and compassion. I trust that the highest good of all will be served, and I open myself to divine guidance and protection." By setting a clear intention, you create a powerful energetic field that attracts positive experiences and repels negative influences. You also remind yourself of your true nature as a being of light and your inherent power to shape your reality through the focus of your consciousness. In addition to discernment and intention setting, many other practices can support us in aligning with the light. These include meditation. By quieting the mind and tuning into the stillness within, we create a space for inner wisdom and guidance to emerge. Regular meditation practice helps us to cultivate a state of calm, centered awareness that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. Gratitude. By focusing on the blessings and miracles in our lives, we shift our energy from lack and limitation to abundance and possibility. A daily gratitude practice, such as keeping a gratitude journal or offering silent thanks throughout the day, can help us maintain a positive, uplifted state of consciousness. Service. By dedicating ourselves to the well-being of others and the greater good of all, we align ourselves with the flow of divine love and compassion. Acts of kindness and service, whether large or small, help us to transcend the narrow concerns of the ego and tap into the boundless energy of the heart. Connection with nature. By spending time in natural settings and attuning ourselves to the rhythms and cycles of the earth, we reconnect with the wisdom and harmony of creation. Walking in the woods, watching a sunset, or tending to a garden can all be powerful ways to ground ourselves in the light and restore a sense of balance and perspective. As we integrate these practices into our daily lives, we begin to experience a profound shift in our consciousness. We find that we are less easily swayed by the influence of negative forces and more firmly rooted in the light of our own divine nature. We become a living embodiment of the principles of love, wisdom, and truth, and a beacon of hope and inspiration for all those we encounter on our path. Ultimately, the journey of aligning with the light is a journey of remembrance, of reconnecting with the infinite power and potential that lies within us. As we peel away the layers of fear, doubt, and limitation that have obscured our true nature, we discover a radiant being of pure consciousness, capable of creating and manifesting our deepest desires and highest visions. Today, we have delved into the profound wisdom of Tehuti and the Emerald Tablets, uncovering the mysteries of the two faces of evil and their roles in our spiritual evolution. We have seen how the Brothers of Darkness represent the interdimensional forces of negativity that seek to enslave the soul and bind it to darkness, while the Lord of Three represents the transformative power of challenge and trial, testing and purifying our souls on the path of light. By understanding the true nature of these forces and learning to discern between them, we can navigate the complexities of our spiritual journey with greater wisdom and clarity. We have explored practical techniques for aligning ourselves with the light, such as discernment, intention setting, meditation, gratitude, service, and connection with nature, and discovered how these practices can support us in cultivating a state of centered, compassionate awareness. As we integrate this ancient wisdom into our modern lives, let us remember that we are not alone on this journey. We are part of a vast, interconnected web of consciousness, spanning countless dimensions and lifetimes. We are supported by the love and guidance of the great masters who have gone before us, and by the infinite intelligence of the universe itself. Let us walk this path with courage and grace, knowing that every challenge we face is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Let us trust in the wisdom of our inner guidance and the ultimate goodness and benevolence of creation. And let us remember always that the light of our divine nature is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of dispelling even the deepest darkness. As Tehuti reminds us, "Listen, O man, and heed ye this wisdom. Even as darkness, so is the light. When darkness is banished and all veils are rendered, out there shall flash from the darkness the light." May we all awaken to the radiant truth of our being and shine our light forth into the world, illuminating the path for all those who seek to know themselves and the mysteries of existence.